eels. Fond of winged snakes and soggy chests. Noted. Ah, fleshy, thick-thumbed biped. Hello. You're an elf, right? Or is it a man? I'm sorry. I have some difficulty telling you people apart. You're much less blue than the others. In color, I mean, not disposition. Anyway, what can I do for you? Josiah. Wait, you're talking about that jittery mage I tricked into freeing me, right? Oh, she's a delight. I had hoped for a longer holiday. Can only manage a leap like this once a century, after all. Ah, well. I'm actually quite comfortable here, mate. Cozy accommodations, the transliminal tones of the ocean waves, gangly meat brains to mock. But I guess I should be going. These elves plan to sell me. Can you imagine? I'll help you. On one condition. When we're done sewing up these chronosymphonic when we're done sewing up these time breaches, you'll let me wander the Mundus in peace. No more dim-witted Sijiks peppering me with questions, no more dusty shelves. You have a deal? Right. So, should we get going, or...? Of course you do. Everyone asks questions, and I have all the answers. Fair warning, be specific. I'm bound to tell the truth, but the truth can be a little... slippery. You know what I mean? I'm a traveler like you. Except, well, nothing like you, to be honest. No offense. I'm what you might call an aspect, eh? Like an idea's shadow. Don't make a face, I'm telling you the truth. Not my fault your language is so crude. I'm not in the skull. I am the skull. At least here on Nern. Over in the adjacent place, I'm shaped like a throat pillow. Imagine that. You look confused. It's just a trick of the light, mate. The skull's what you might call a manifestation. Of me! Ah, this is just sad. Try this. Imagine a soul gem. Got it? Now imagine that the soul in the gem is also the gem itself. Weird, right? Ha! Mime and a head explosion. You can't see it because I haven't got any arms, but it's happening. I am one of the unfortunate quirks of the Sijic binding ritual that brought me here. I'm free to lie as much as I like, unless you, or anyone else for that matter, ask me a direct question. Cheap trick if you ask me. They did, a bit. I'm certain I could break out if I really put my mind to it. I don't blame them, honestly. If I was in their position, bobbing along like a little lost acorn in an ocean of knowledge, I'd want to trap me too. I guess, but instantaneous translocation's not like a Sundar stroll. The veil here in Mundus is all thick and sticky, you know? Like I said before, I think I'm grounded for the foreseeable future. I will. I am. I had no idea you were so funny. We're gonna have a really good time, you and I. Yes, in answer to your direct question, I do know a lot, and by a lot, I mean basically everything. Well, an augur of the obvious wouldn't be very useful, would it? For what it's worth, I lobbied for something way more impressive. The resplendent skull of hexagonal wonders! It was forcefully vetoed. No counting for taste, I guess. Of course I do. Everything has a name. Names give a thing its shape. Birds, snowflakes, tea kettles. You get the idea. I'd tell you mine, but you'd need about 6 more tongues and a pair of symbols to pronounce it correctly, so let's not bother. Fair enough. So, where to? I assume you've got a map or something? So, you know where we're going now, right? Good. You take me to a time breach, and I'll help you spot it. Huh. This bag's a bit snug, eh? You know, coral's just weird sack animal bones, right? So, this is a bit like a cemetery, I guess. Ugh. You do not want to know what their ghosts look like. Old cheese. I'll leave it at that. Oh, you're going to love this one. I'm seeing a tiny island surrounded by... It's either water or cats. Difficult to say. Let's hope it's the cats, eh? Breach nearby. I don't know why you're so intent on sealing them. Linear time is so overrated. Just imagine, you could die before you were even born. Wait, that's horrifying, isn't it? I'm sorry. Never mind. Ooh, a spooky clifftop estate. What a fine place for a breach. All sorts of ghastly things happened here. I can tell you that. I'd shudder if I had shoulders. I'm kidding, of course. Mortal fear is hilarious. Ah, there's a breach here. Said he's a bit gaudy, eh? At least by mortal standards. Where I come from, this would be a little more than a preppy. I'm kidding, of course. NPCs where I come from. More ruins. You know, every stone tells a story. I mean that literally, by the way. That wall over there won't shut up about how much it hates rain. Let's find this breach and get out of here, eh? This breach is in a zoo! Wow! You know, I'm endlessly fascinated by animals. A bit like walking plants, eh? Except with more, you know, fluids. Ugh, what a word that is. A breach near the sea. Ah, I do love the ocean. It's a shame you can only see it in 3 dimensions. All the quasitones and inverse number forms. Actually, I take it back. Your meat brain would explode if you saw this. Oh, I hear a breach nearby. You can't, can you? Count yourself lucky. Sounds like a swarm of bees bouncing around in a tin bucket full of sleigh bells. And sort of like that racket bards make. Well, this is picturesque, eh? Aside from all the imps and such. Did you know that imps have belly buttons? Please, don't ask me why. Another breach near that tree, I think. Fun fact, all deciduous trees love accordion music. Just more proof that all trees are idiots.
They will break us.
Ugh, zombies. You ever try to talk to a zombie? They won't let you get a word in edgewise. Just groan this and moan that. Ugh, let's find this breach and leave, eh? Another breach by the sea. Shep's seen better days, eh? It's like I always say, the only thing you should make out of wood is nothing. Wood is ridiculous. I'm seeing a breach by our waterfall. Or maybe a flight of very wet stairs? Stairs are a bit silly, eh? Why not just flip gravity and fall up? Definitely a breach here, mate. Say, I was thinking, maybe we should get something for Jasarja to cheer her up. I'm thinking meat of some variety. You meat brains like meat, right? You're doing that thing where water squirts out of your skin, aren't you? Sweating, eh? Ugh. And you people think I'm weird. Let's find this breach and cool off. Yeah, there's a breach nearby. Say, did you know there are 6.5 quadrillion grains of sand in the Augur? Oh, come on! Don't act like you're not impressed. Ah, look, Yokuden ruins. You know, the Yokudens could make magic idea swords using nothing but their brains. Bit of a waste, that. I'd have made a very comfortable chair. Looks like a buyer's market around here, eh? Gotta tell you, I see a lot of potential, mate. Lava front views, open floor plan, plenty of ventilation. Oh, it's a gold mine. Definitely a breach nearby. And, ooh, that's a rowdy one. This place is tense, eh? Might have something to do with the mountains strangling each other. Who's to say? What a view! Aside from the coral over there. Be glad your silly faceholes can't smell colors. Oh, that orange smells like old fags fill out of an ogre's bottom. Let's find this breach, eh? Breach home, mate! While you look, I will regale you with a hilarious joke. What do you call a Ligosmotic Dreamwave on its birthday? A vent swaddle! Get it? A vent swaddle! Never mind. Be careful around here, mate. This breach is surrounded by trolls. They're a lot smarter than you think. They're banging rocks together now, sure, but once they start wearing pants, woo! Look out. Snow! Can we make a snow thing? Snow, person, whatever? You know, if you make it right, it develops a sad little soul. Of course it melts later. Bit of a shame that, but we can name it and everything. So, Staff of Towers, eh? Lots of peril there, mate. I've got to admit, though, I'm very excited to see how it turns out. I'd say, well, what, a 60% chance time folds inside out? We'll see. This stream's a pleasant enough place for a breach. Just watch out for beavers, eh? Sure, they look friendly enough, but they're just little waddling balls of hatred. Seriously. Another breach up ahead, mate. Uh-oh. I see many, many stairs in our future. Well, your future. No legs, remember? But don't worry, I'll be right behind you. Doing very little. The ruins of Lecky's Blade really gets you thinking, eh? About mortality, the long, slow march of time, the grim inevitability of death, decay, and obscurity. Whew! Glad I don't have to worry about that. Orichalc Fragment. I don't know much about the Orichalc Tower anymore, but it was always my favorite. I love ugly, sunken, long-forgotten things. Another graveyard? All kinds of treasure tucked away in the dirt here, mate. We could find that staff piece, sure, but would you rather dig up an old pelvis? No? Hey, your loss.
I can't do my job. Not with all this going on.
Well, well, it's the adamantine shard. Have a care where you drop that thing, eh? This bag's stuffed as it is. Deshan, eh? A lot of transliminal dead residue here. Must be the Fesh. Did you know Fesh experienced 37 different varieties of fear? That's why they always look surprised. Oh, this one's a puzzler, mate. If a numeral created the stuff of towers in the first era, how do you know about a tower the dwarves hadn't made yet? Pow! Brain explosion! Shadow, the Hest are insufferable. Honestly, they're so smart. Why can't they stop leaking their sap all over the place? Don't drop me in there, by the way. Stuff's impossible to wash off. Crystal fragments. Oof. This is an odd one, mate. It's here, but it's also somewhere else. Several other somewheres, in fact. Don't think about it too hard. It's bad for your meat brain. I think there's a breach here. It's hard to say with all these alien ruins lying about. You would not believe how many ghosts are asking me for favors right now. Ghosts, am I right? They're never satisfied. Gilvardell. Of course a breach pops up here. You know that blowhard Molag Ball sat on this place a while back, right? Or stepped on it, or something. I don't know. Anyway, be careful. Definitely another breach here, mate. First rule of finding rifts in time, always check the creepy, decrepit towers first. Wow, lots of people gathering around this breach. Odd. They've all got little tails. Wait, I get it now. They're monkeys. I'm telling you, mate, it's impossible to tell you all apart. There's definitely a breach around here somewhere, Meat Brain. You don't mind me calling you Meat Brain, do you? I mean, as mundane physical brains go, you're really top of the class. Looks like there's another breach here in what can only laughingly be called a maze. Alright, mate, if you get lost in this thing, I'm gonna have to take a long, hard look at our relationship. Breach ahead. That Kelleris is a real stick in the tree, eh? Stick in the dirt? Or something? Look, I can't keep track of all your ridiculous idioms. Doesn't even make any sense. More than a few snakes around this breach, mate. Ugh. Surly little beasts, always waggling along, no arms or legs. I don't have arms or legs either, but you don't see me biting people. Might want to hurry, mate. That bony gem collector Molag Ball has his eyes on this breach. Bit of a cat lady, that one, eh? Stuffing his plane full of sad little souls. It's a mess is what it is. A dwarf hull! What a silly bunch they were, always whacking sprockets with their little baby hammers, toiling away on their tiny brass xylophones. Good riddance, eh? Rocks, water, more rocks. Wait! That's it! Breach nearby, mate! Sorry, just got distracted by all the behemoth mine snails. It's too bad you can't see them. They're really cute. Sort of. There's a breach here somewhere. Plenty of elf ghosts, too. Ugh, they won't stop shrieking about... It's either dying or pieing. Pieing's a word, right? To pie? Odd thing to get upset about. Breach ahead. Say, what is it with you bipeds and waterfalls? A deluge of happy water spirits cast to their doom, smashed to bits on the sullen rocks below? Hardly a recipe for romance, mate. Breach around here somewhere. Oh, and by the way, Kellerus has no idea what he's doing with that stuff. Ah well, dragon breaks aren't so bad. I'm joking. They're horrific, mate. Dreg? Ugh, I'm telling you, mate, they used to be a lot more pleasant. Now these land dregs are all crab-faced and stabby. Shame. Let's find this breach and move on, eh? Yeah, there's a breach here somewhere. And something's eating it? I certainly wouldn't recommend that, unless you're really anxious to get sucked through your own belly button. These ruins are dripping with old intention, mate. Forgotten dream forms, frothing hour beasts. Great place for a blood ritual, or a very unsettling birthday party. Breaching that Argonian settlement, I think. Ah, I love Argonian architecture. Who needs nails and hard angles? Just pile up some slop and call it a house.
This just won't do it all.
This place is awful. Feels like something's feeding my head through a lumber mill. And that noise! Can you hear that? Let's find this fragment and get out of here. The snow throat fragment. Congratulations! Good for you. Now let's get out of here, eh? My teeth feel like they're gonna fall out of my face. Ow! 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 Tree elves and their trees, am I right? They never sing them into anything interesting. Houses, bridges, chairs. When is someone gonna sing a tree into something useful like a singing land boat? The green sap fragment, eh? You know, if you left it in the dirt long enough, it would have grown a new tower. Honest. Wait a minute. Haven't we been here before? Giant stone maniacs strangling each other to death? It's silly, eh? First one to crumble into rubble loses, I guess. What's this? The red tower fragment? Careful with that one, mate. It's temperamental and full of spirit lava. That's the most dangerous kind of lava. Well, that is a prodigious statue. We don't build statues anymore where I come from. They always end up coming alive, sneezing death algorithms all over the place. Trust me, it was a miss. This one's a winner, mate. The white gold fragment. The Archmage Enumeral carried it around all the time, you know. Slung around his scrawny neck like a cowbell. Classic alien, eh? Definitely a breach around here, mate. High up, I think. Or what passes for high around here, anyway. Take a look around those standing stones, eh? What is it with tipping stones, anyway? Didn't your ancestors have anything better to do? That's the problem with you bipeds. You never apply yourselves. Another breach tucked away in an old Breton ruin. Don't see many of those around, do you? You know they built it over an alien ruin, right? Can't wait to see what people build on top of this. Ah, pastoral bless. I'd make a fine farmer. Breeding dumb animals, making them work for nothing, slaughtering them in their prime. Huh. Sounds a bit worse when you say it out loud, doesn't it? Best find this breach before the tide comes in. Water's full of brain billies. Little spirit jellies that sting people's memories. Don't believe me? Think of that time you wet your pants. Ha! Hurts, right? Another breach out there. Maybe we should leave this one be, you know? Honestly, what's the worst that could happen? Wait, I'm not encouraging you to ask me that question. The answer is very graphic.
You need to know. There was trouble there.
Ugh, vampires. Pays not to have a neck sometimes, eh? Blood too, I guess. Of course, if you see any antipodal mouth grabbers, you'll let me know, right? You'd just love to get a bite of me. Breach webbed up around here somewhere. Spiders are so adorable. Look at us! We've got 8 little spindly arms. Isn't it scary? Show me something with 8,000 arms and then maybe I'll get nervous. This one's deep, deep down, mate. Kind of like my general expectation of you meat brains. You! Oh, you far exceeded them. Not too hard to do and they're practically non-existent, but still, kudos. Breach ahead. Say, you think Josaja's alright? I can't always tell. Your weird little faces scrunch up when you're upset, but then you bare your teeth when you're happy. It's a puzzler. I can't believe this is our last outing. feel like we've really bonded, you know? Not on a sticky alchemical level or anything. That would be very weird. You know what I mean. I'm gonna miss this. Ah, Craglawn. Ever seen this many crags in one place? Its cup runneth over with crags. Not as many lawns as you'd expect, though. Biped naming habits could use some work, mate. Plenty of history hereabouts. Perfect place for a breach. Just look out for gargoyles, eh? Ugly squatters. Always clattering up the place, ruining the time-worn aesthetic. An eyesore, you know. Watch your step around here, mate. This arena is what we in the dimension-hopping community call a really bad idea door. Daedric mischief for sure. Let's find this breach and go, alright? There's a breach here, mate. I'm seeing a bridge or maybe a flat sideways tower people can walk on? I guess they're kind of the same thing. Only having 3 dimensions does make things simpler. There's a time breach around here for sure, mate. And it's not petite. I hope you're sure about this. For your sake, I mean. We're close. Give me a shake, eh? There it is. After you, I guess. Hope you ate something light.
I use this staff to make right what once went wrong.
The staff's tearing her apart. Things are about to get very weird, mate.
An intruder in the Emperor's sanctum? To me! Slay the invaders!
A Josasha from an alternate timeline? She doesn't look happy. Vulnerable. Now seal it up tight.
What is this? Magic?
Another angry Josasha incoming! And she brought her brother along. Charming. Hop to, hero!
The Staff of Towers. At last. Time is mine to control. You will not stand in my way.
Josasha, the evil Psijic tyrant, drew the short straw on this one, mate. Let's take her down. It's over. Good work! For a meat brain, I mean. So, our adventure is coming to an end, eh? Look, can we talk in private? The Athenaeum, maybe? It won't be a moment. Thanks, mate. I know you've got other adventures ahead, but I wanted to just take a moment and speak face to Crystal's sort of face. Our deal, what else? When we set out, I held you to a promise. You said if I helped you, you'd try to keep me out of the Sigic Vault. Well, I helped. So? I knew you were clever. In answer to your direct question, yes, I know what you'll do. But I want you to look at me when you say it. So you're also saying it to yourself, see? A moment of truth and self-reflection. How exciting. Ah, the hero demurs. Well, suppose we'll find out soon enough. But enough of that. This might be our last farewell, mate. What's the custom? That in a vessel full of that swell you pour down your face hole and saying something saccharine? Yeah, of course. I could do with a bit of quiet and fresh air. Your bag, while cozy, is very, very loud. Did I? Does an oblique cogniform have infinite angles? Please don't hurt yourself. The answer is yes. It was great. The sights, smells, the incessant jingle of all your gear on my face. Dream come true, mate. No. Truth is, I've always known you bipeds have potential. Sure, most of you just stumble through your laughably short lives, making smaller versions of yourselves, urinating, cobbling shoes, I don't know. But every so often, there's a you. Sure. Must be hard, though, knowing you're a lion among endless hordes of baby-rearing, urinating, shoemaking sheep. How you keep from just slaughtering them all and conquering this place, I'll never know. Not that I advocate that sort of thing. That, my friend, depends entirely on you. If you put me back into the vault, I'll spend my days plotting another escape, in between bouts of violently cursing your name and swearing revenge, of course. I suppose I'll find a new bag to settle in. Maybe Dressage's. I always liked her. And I think she's already got one boot out the door. She might not be quite as adventurous as you, but I'd take anyone over another century of boring questions. You know, the fact you didn't make your mind up about this 30 or so time breaches ago gives me cause to worry. But don't stew over it, mate. Either way, I'll make do. It's another few hundred years in the grand scheme of things, eh? So, it's back into the bag I go, eh? Fair enough. Just try to make a little more room, alright? I like lumps of ore and rodent meat as much as the next trans-dimensional entity, but it gets ridiculous in there sometimes. So, are we setting out, or should I find a book to read? So what did Killeris say? Am I free to travel the world? I'm ready for another adventure. The portal. We're heading to the portal to leave Artaeum? Oh, I can't tell you how happy this makes me, mate. Wait, why are we going to the vault? Why would we... Oh. Well, I'm sure you did what you could, eh? I know you'd never let this happen if you had a choice. I can't stand the idea of getting trapped in that vault again. Maybe I'll go to sleep. Yeah, a good long slumber to wash away the sadness. Thanks for giving me at least a taste of freedom before the end. So long, mate.